Hi, my name is Sarah Morris, and I'm a local Las Vegas estate planning attorney. And today I have Leo Gutierrez here, and we're just going to talk about the importance of an estate plan for the people you leave behind.
Right. So anyone over the age of 18 has an estate, and it's important for anyone with an estate to have an estate plan. One of the greatest benefits to having that estate plan in place is to make sure you have that clear path for your loved ones to follow once that time comes. So Sarah, one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, what is so important to you in having an estate plan in place?
Yeah, and I mean, I can tell you all about the legal reasons to have estate planning, but for me personally, the reason why this became a huge deal is when I had a kid. I have a 3-year-old boy named Alexander, and we really revamped our estate plan when we had him because we had to make sure that he was properly provided for if something happens to me and my husband Brian. And we wanted to, most importantly, make sure that if something does happen to me and Brian, that the guardianship is not going to be in dispute. So we named a guardian in our estate plan, which most everyone can do when they do an estate plan, and that way I know that that's going to be taken care of.
So let's say you didn't have that plan in place. What would happen to Alexander in the event of your guys' passing?
Well, a lot of times what happens and what may have happened or have happened in the future would be that the grandparents would fight over who gets custody of the kid, and then we've got to go to court, and in the court the judge has to decide who gets custody, and I do not want that. I don't think anyone wants that because we, the parents, know what's best for our child, and we want to make sure we're making that decision and not just a court who doesn't know us or our family.
Yeah, and that's still stressful for your family, for Alexander.
Right.
So heaven forbid he'd have to go through that. Yeah. Well, for someone like me who doesn't have children, what would be one of the benefits to my family for me to have an estate plan in place?
Yeah, I mean, estate planning really is for everybody. Anyone over the age of 18 can benefit from an estate plan. It doesn't matter if you're married or you're single. There's so many benefits to having an estate plan, including estate planning includes also incapacity planning. So if you're still alive but you can't make your own decisions, there's still things that we need to take care of. So when you do your estate plan, at least with our firm, we include incapacity planning, and that includes things like powers of attorney over healthcare, people that you nominate to make your healthcare decisions, and you give them parameters if something were to happen, and powers of attorney over financial. And again, that's if you can't pay your bills, then you nominate someone to be able to get into your bank account and pay your bills. So for you, since I know you, incapacity planning would be important, and also just making sure that your family doesn't have to deal with anything. If you actually were to pass away, that's prematurely, then it's going to be a very tough time for people, and so you just want to make sure that you can do whatever you can to make it easier on them. And having a plan in place where they don't have to think or wonder what you wanted or what they're supposed to do makes it so much easier for them. Plus it avoids court, which is very expensive and time consuming. So you're really making it much easier for your family if something were to happen.
Yeah, that's true. So one of the first questions we're often asked is, how much is something like this going to cost?
Yeah, and so there's lots of different levels of estate planning depending on your assets or even just what your wishes are. The most basic package is a will package, which also includes incapacity planning, which includes powers of attorney. So the basic package for an individual starts at $500, and then it goes up from there. If you don't have an estate plan, then call our office or go to our website, and you can schedule a complimentary consultation by phone, and we can talk about what is best for you.